Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game that I'm making. When we last left off, I had a little bit of a hiccup because I did not have the foresight to make sure that the player always had access to the switch up here. Well, I managed to figure out what I needed to do. I have extended this portion, got some more under pieces of the bridge, as well as got another bridge piece right here. So that when this is moved over to the left, there's this one piece that is connecting it all together. So that solves that. I'm surprised I had enough events to do that. Did I go overkill with the events that I needed to remove? Because if so, that's pretty dang convenient. That said, I also need to figure out what to do with this situation, and I think I know what that situation is. I basically need to create a boulder. I'm gonna place a boulder here. I have no idea where the boulder graphic is. We'll get to it pretty quickly, I assume. There it is. And we'll kind of make it stand out. As a thing that the player would want to interact with. I mean, I could make it blue. That would certainly help it stand out. And I don't want the player to interact with this from anywhere aside from the top. And so, we'll go ahead and create a sound effect. We'll go with that. Move the event down one space and unable to execute it. So that way the player will be able to come down this way, push the boulder out of the way to move on, but they won't be able to like wrap around this way should they get this wrong. Unless I actually wanted to allow them to do that. I might be like overcomplicating things. Let me think about how I want this to happen, because the situation is I have these bridges down here, and I kind of want the player to make sure that by the time they get down here, everything is where it needs to be. So if I have this all moved to the right, the player can certainly get over here. I might have to think this through a little bit more, unfortunately. That's a bummer. I was really wanting to make sure that this was all set up the way I wanted. I was also hoping to have a few more people here watching the stream today, because we need to start creating some monsters. Yeah, I kind of promised to create monsters 2 streams in a row, and I haven't actually done that yet. I'll figure out what I need to do in order to get this the way I want later. For now, let's actually get some monsters down here. So we need some monsters that are going to be hanging out on the underside of the castle. I only have Maddie here, but hey Maddie! Random ideas for possible monsters we could have hanging around on the underside of the castle, I'm gonna call a harpy right now. We definitely have to have one of these harpies. We'll kind of go with that, perhaps. But aside from harpies, any ideas? Maybe some other sort of small monster? So slime, well, we already have a metal slime, don't need to have any other slime. So that leaves imps, scorpions, killer bees. Don't need a giant ant, already had one of those. Piranhas, bats, sea urchins, and goblins. For the small monsters. Then a whole bunch of possible choices for medium monsters. Basically, Maddie, name a random monster. And we can just go ahead and throw it in there. I'm sure whatever you can come up with, RPG Maker has. In the meantime, I actually do kind of like the idea of a sea urchin in the bottom of a lava cave. We can call this like a melted flower. That's basically what it looks like. Kind of. Now all these monsters are going to be fire elemental. Sect 1. Whatever monster Maddie just randomly comes up with, maybe that could be the one monster down here that is non-elemental. Actually, it'd probably be the one monster in the game that is non-elemental. In the meantime, some sort of larger monster wouldn't be a bad idea. Although maybe the monster Maddie comes up with is a bigger monster. I don't know yet. Maddie hasn't come up with anything. I wonder what I will do with the harpies. Or any of the monsters for that matter. Might have to come up with some ideas in between streams. Very much likely. Let's see what monster options we have here again. Centaurs, turtles, kobolds, succubuses, succubi, I suppose. Griffins. Yeah, griffins and gargoyles and skeletons, vampires, angels, robots of various sorts, dinosaurs, yeah, lions, some fish folk, an actual flower, evil eye and stuff, regular people. Maddie has suggested gargoyle. Or the flower. Well, considering I have a melted flower, let's go with gargoyle. So let's see here. What sort of color perhaps would we have with this guy? This guy could be the one who's not really fire-ish. Maybe blue. And we'll call it a skygoyle. Actually, let me look something up real quick. I have an idea for a Hun, but I'm not really sure if it would work. Nah. It would have been funny if we had this be like an Argoyle. But I don't think that's really, it doesn't have the checkerboarding that would be really appropriate for the pun to work. So Sky Goyle will have to do. It's blue like the sky, and this will be our monster that does not have an element. So along with that, some sort of largest monster could be hanging out around here. So let's see what we got for big ones. So we got the Cyclops, Minotaur, no dragons, Phoenix, Grim Reaper, Great Demon, Goddess, Iron Giant. We already have one of those. Ifrit. Ifrit could totally be hanging down here. Jinn, Hydra, Asura, Water Dragon. Unfortunately, we do not have an option that changes the color of the water. That's a bummer. We could have totally had it be splashing out of lava. Zombie Dragon, a Death Pixie, Bloodworm, Dinosaur, Computer, Guardian, Durin, Pegasus. Definitely some choices here. Could have Asura, and that would be kind of interesting. We could like call him Mini-Man for the time being. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Since you're here, Maddie, maybe you can come up with an idea for whenever we get Jenny back into the team. As a reminder, we reached this map by falling down a hole and our team is separated, so we need to have Jenny say something of interest whenever we get her back into the team. Any ideas what she could possibly say? So these will be our monsters for this particular dungeon. There won't be any monsters in lava because random encounters can't be in lava. So let's start by having the top half be, in general, a certain type of monster. Certain selection, that is. So let's see here. The Mini-Man will be kind of towards the end. Let's go ahead and set him up first. So the Mini-Man will be able to appear anywhere down in this select section. And perhaps in cancel. Thank you. Perhaps in, like, this section, it would only be the sky goyles. And I suppose, like, sky goyles and harpies primarily. Whereas this section would have harpies and melted flowers, I guess. Not gonna worry too much about what you encounter more frequently. Not yet. I might, but we'll see. Well, I suppose I could be all melted flower and get some more likelihood of encountering the flowers. That'll probably do it for the encounters here. Oh yeah, I need to set the encounter rates. And the battle themes even. Very important things to be setting. So let's set the encounter rate down low. And the song... So there's that. And that's it. Alright, Maddie has made a suggestion, and I'm kind of gonna word it to be a little bit more in context, but basically we're gonna go with this. For dropping so we'll go with that. With or without a hyphen? Tough choice. To hyphen or not to hyphen? That is probably not the most important question in the world, but it is quite a dilemma at this very moment. We'll go without, probably, maybe. Okay, and from there, let's see. What else do I want to do? I don't have any other ideas for to solve this situation with the puzzles and getting the treasures down here. Oh, but there is, of course, a treasure sitting right here that we need to be able to acquire. Should probably go ahead and have that be a thing. So let's see here. No idea what treasure I would possibly want to acquire, but we can kind of look through our inventory here and maybe we'll figure something out. Of course, got our curative items. Well, this is going to be an easy treasure chest to get, so it doesn't need to be anything terribly special. Maybe we can have like multiple items that we get out of this. Yeah, probably like that. 3 of each item wouldn't be too bad. Do I really want to say each individual item? Sure. Got bananas. Peas. Here, let's go ahead and capitalize them. Got bananas. Peas. Hit. Point. Onions. And fire. And berry. Nah, not enough room. I don't want this message box to be more than one page. And those handy fire sticks. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, actually, that looks a little bit more centered, I feel like. Hold on a sec. Which way is it gonna look better with this? I guess that'll do. I don't suppose I have a treasure chest somewhere that is still openable somewhere. Like in the Inferno? Yeah. Oop. Oh, up. Let's try it again. This way we'll have it kind of consistent. And what color do I want this to be? Not red. I guess we'll say green. Yeah, this one will be green. So what are the other colors that I had before? Let's see, the one in Buttertown was red. The Inferno, where the blimp was also red. Had a gold treasure chest for finding money. And what color chest was the key item over here? Purple. So I think what I'll do here is have this treasure chest also be purple, because this treasure chest is special. And I don't think I want a snapshot here. I do, however, kind of want a snapshot like right here. Assuming I didn't already place a snapshot. No, I don't think I did. In fact, it has been a while since I've done snapshots. So let's go ahead and put a snapshot here. Go back to the slime puzzle. And when it pops out of the hole, we'll have a snapshot here. And also once it falls down into the hole. And after Sheen lands, or maybe at her reacquisition, that is. In fact, we can do the same with our reacquisition of our dragon friend. Now, as for this treasure chest, I'm not sure yet what I want to do with it. Something special is going to be in it. But before that, I'd like to actually figure out how to actually get this arranged in such a way that I would really be satisfied. So that satisfaction is actually going to kind of have to wait, because it is time to end the stream here. And let's see here. Next time, we'll go ahead and make sure that this puzzle is all set up properly. And also, well, I'm not sure in what order I'll be doing this stuff, but we need to get the puzzle set up properly all the way. We need to get some attacks and stuff and stats for the monsters, and we also need to set up that last treasure chest. So those things I will probably be doing throughout the next session. For now, we are done. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.